Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are doing well. This is your English teacher. Today we will discuss the poem A Sindhi Woman written by Jane Stallworthy. Jane Stallworthy was basically a professor of English in Oxford University. But in this poem, he is talking about a Sindhi woman. Maybe the word Sindhi has rung very familiar bells in your mind because Sindh is the part of Pakistan and we are expecting something very familiar, very personal or very relatable in this poem. Basically in this poem, the poet is talking about the grace and the dignity of a Sindhi woman walking through a bazaar of Sindh. First of all, we will see the layout of the poem. The poem is written in the form of stanzas. There are 2 stanzas in the poem. Both the stanzas are having equal length and the last 2 lines of both the stanzas are rhyming. So the end of each stanza is a rhyming couplet. As you see, the word head and tread in the first stanza, and the word straight and weight in the second stanza. First of all, we will read the poem, then we will go to the meanings, and after that we will explain the poem. Barefoot through the bazaar and with the same undulant grace as the cloth blown back from her face, she glides with a stone jar high on her head and not a ripple in her tread. Watching her cross erect, stones, garbage, excrement, and crumbs of glass in Karachi slum. I with my stoop reflect, they stand most straight who learn to walk beneath a weight. So this was the poem. Now we will discuss the words meaning or word synonyms, the difficult words of the poem. Let's discuss the first stanza and then I will explain the first stanza. After that we will go to the second stanza. Okay, now I am going to read the first line of the first stanza. Barefoot through the bazaar. Barefoot means without shoes, not wearing anything in feet. So the poet is depicting the picture of a Sindhi woman who is barefooted, who is not wearing anything in her feet. Maybe because she is used to it. The second reason of not wearing anything can be that she doesn't have enough money. She is poor enough that she cannot buy shoes for her. So she is walking through the bazaar. The poet has used the word bazaar. Generally, bazaar is used in our local language. So the poet has put you in an underdeveloped country, in an underdeveloped setting, और बाज़ार का जो सिनेरियो है वो आपके दिमाग में आ जाना चाहिए कि बाज़ार is usually a crowded place. She is walking through that crowded place without anything in her feet and with the same undulant grace. Undulant means wave like motion, जिसको हम कह सकते हैं उर्दू में कि वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ग्रेस के साथ, बहुत ही ज़्यादा वक़ार के साथ चलती जा रही है उस बाज़ार के अंदर. ऑल्दो द बाज़ार इज़ बिज़ी, ऑल्दो द बाज़ार इज़ फुल ऑफ पीपल एंड फुल ऑफ हर्डल्स, बट स्टिल इट इज़ नॉट इफेक्टिंग हर वॉक. शी इज़ वॉकिंग वेरी ग्रेसफुली विद फुल डिग्निटी. ग्रेस मीन्स डिग्निटी, जिसको हम उर्दू में कहते हैं वक़ार. As the cloth blown back from her face, and as she is walking and due to wind the cloth maybe the dupatta that she is wearing is blown back from her face. Blown back, drift back with the help of wind. कोई चीज़ हवा के साथ उड़े तो उसके लिए हम वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं blow. She glides with a stone jar high on her head. Glides, walk smoothly. बहुत ही कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ, बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से वो चलती जा रही है. स्टिल शी इज़ हैविंग अ वेट ऑन हर हेड. शी इज़ कैरिंग अ स्टोन जार. मे बी इट्स अ पिक्चर, कोई घड़ा है या कोई बड़ा सा बर्तन उसने अपने सर पे उठाया हुआ है. So you can see the difficulties that she can face, but she is not or she is useful to those difficulties, that she is so confidently moving, which is so impressive for the poet that he has written a whole poem on her walk. अब क्या है कि एक सिंधी वुमन है, शी इज़ वॉकिंग थ्रू द बाजार, शी इज़ कैरिंग अ स्टोन जार ऑन हर हेड, स्टिल शी इज़ वॉकिंग वेरी स्मूथली, हर वॉक डजेंट शो एनी कॉन्फिडेंस, डजेंट शो एनी डिफ़िकल्टी कि उसको मुश्किल हो रही है चलने में, वो बड़े आराम से चल रही है. दिस ऑल्सो कैन रेफर टू द फैक्ट दैट इट इज़ हर रूटीन टास्क, that's why she is so confident and she is walking so smoothly. एंड नॉट अ रिपल इन हर ट्रेड. रिपल आपको पता है, कहते हैं जब पानी में हम कोई चीज़ डालते हैं तो जो वेव्स बनती है उनको रिपल कहते हैं. यहाँ पे रिपल जो वर्ड यूज़ किया पोइट ने, इसका मतलब है स्टम्बल. वो लड़खड़ा नहीं रही, वो वॉक करते हुए ज़रा भी उसके कदम डगमगा नहीं रहे. ट्रेड मीन्स वॉक, चाल, जिसको हम उर्दू में इसका इंग्लिश में सिनोनिम हो सकता है गेट, GAIT, गेट. सो द होल फर्स्ट स्टैंजा is basically a tribute to a Sindhi woman who is passing through a bazaar, and her walk is very impressive and attractive, although he is carrying a weight on her head, but it is not affecting or it is not disturbing her walk. The wind is blowing. सिंध के जो लोग रहने वाले हैं, जिनका ताल्लुक़ पीछे से सिंध से, उनको पता है कि सिंध में जो हवा है वो भी इस तरह से तेज़ चलती है. तो the wind is blowing, still the woman is walking very gracefully. Now come to the second stanza. Watching her cross erect, the poet is saying that he is watching the woman cross क्या कर रही है, she is crossing the bazaar. Erect means straight, बिल्कुल सीधा. Stones, garbage, excrement and crumbs of glass in the Karachi slums. So the poet is portraying a very realistic picture of Karachi slums. Slums mean very narrow and small street, underdeveloped area of the city, जो कि शहरों के अंदर ही छोटी बस्तियां बनी होती हैं, but no, they are not developed enough. The Sindhi woman is walking through the bazaar, and that bazaar is situated in Karachi slums. The poet is watching her, and the bazaar is not neat and clean at all. The poet has realistically portrayed the real picture of the streets of Karachi, how the garbage is placed everywhere, how the hurdles and how the human waste is placed, and the streets are very ugly, and the rubbish, you can see the rubbish everywhere. तो वो कहता है कि वहाँ पे जो है वो चलती जा रही है कराची स्लम्स में, जहाँ पे रोड पे, जहाँ पे उस स्ट्रीट में स्टोन्स भी हैं, पत्थर भी हैं. गार्बेज मीन्स वेस्ट, हाउस होल्ड वेस्ट आपको जगह जगह पड़ा हुआ नज़र आएगा. एक्सक्रीमेंट, एनी वेस्ट दैट कम्स आउट ऑफ द बॉडी, ह्यूमन वेस्ट और एनिमल वेस्ट इज़ ऑल्सो देयर. क्रम्स ऑफ ग्लास, क्रम्स कहते हैं किसी भी चीज़ के छोटे पीसेस को, छोटे टुकड़ों को, स्मॉल पीसेस ऑफ एनीथिंग. इन कराची स्लम्स हमने पहले बात कर ली, स्मॉल एंड नैरो स्ट्रीट्स. I with my stoop reflect. Reflect means think deeply. Contemplate is also the synonym of reflect. गौर से किसी चीज़ के बारे में संजीदगी से सोचना. They stand more straight who learn to walk beneath a weight. अब यहाँ पे पोइट ने आपको एक मॉरल लेसन दे दिया है कि कहता है कि मैं स्टूप, झुके हुए होना, बेंड होना, कहता है कि मैं अपनी झुकी हुई कमर के साथ खड़ा हुआ उस लड़की को, सिंधी वुमन को जाते हुए देख रहा हूँ. और पोइट जो है वो ये सोच रहा है कि दोज पीपल हु फेस द हर्डल्स, हार्डशिप्स of life or remain active and strong throughout their lives. The poet is not standing erect, the poet is bent, his back is bent, maybe due to the weight of the pressures or challenges on him, or maybe his inactive life. लेकिन पोइट हमें ये बता रहा है कि अगर आप ज़िंदगी में काम करते रहें, अगर आप ज़िंदगी में एक्टिव रहें और ग्रेसफुली चीज़ों को फेस करते रहें, हार्डशिप्स और हर्डल से गुजर जाएं, तो यू रिमेन स्ट्रेट, यू रिमेन कॉन्फिडेंट, यू रिमेन एक्टिव एंड यू रिमेन फिट. तो फर्स्ट स्टैंजा में पोइट ने हमसे बात की about the walk of the woman. He is admiring a Sindhi woman walking through the bazaar. And second stanza is the realistic portrayal of the Karachi slum, small streets of Karachi. They are very ugly, they are full of garbage and rubbish. Still, the Sindhi woman is walking erect, walking very straight, although she has weight on her head. Now, you can see the metaphorical meaning also. The weight on her head, the stone jar on her head can be the symbol of the hardships, the problems of the life that she is carrying on her head. And all the garbage, excrement, and crumbs of glass may be the symbols of hurdles that come in her path to accomplish her task. But still, she is walking very smoothly, she is doing her work. अब आप खुद अगर इमेजिन करें कि आप किसी एक ऐसी तंग गली से गुजर रहे हैं जिसमें गार्बेज भी है, जिसमें ह्यूमन एनिमल वेस्ट भी है, जिसमें क्रम्स ऑफ ग्लास, छोटे छोटे टुकड़े शीशे के भी मौजूद हैं, एंड यू ऑल्सो हैव अ स्टोन जार ऑन योर हेड, तो कैन यू वॉक स्मूथली? We can't walk smoothly. That person can walk smoothly through these through these narrow slums of Karachi, who has done it several times, who has made this his routine. So the poem is a tribute to a working woman. जो लोग काम करते रहते हैं ज़िंदगी में, they also remain fit. This was it for the explanation of the poem. Then we have the theme. I want you to read the theme thrice and understand it completely and derive a small context for your reference to the context question. Then we have paraphrase. In the paraphrase, the poet has in the paraphrase you have very simple English. You can derive your explanation from this paraphrase. Then we have glossary. We have already discussed all the difficult words. Now come to the questions that are included in your syllabus, that are included in your SMART syllabus. Question number 3, 4, 5 and 6 are only included in your SMART syllabus. So we will discuss those questions. Give a summary of the poem in your own words. This question may not come in Lahore board exam. Those students who belong to the federal board can attempt this question, so I am leaving it. Next question is, what did the poet reflect when he saw the woman? So what was the poet thinking? In the second stanza we have discussed it. The poet was reflecting that those people who face the hardships of life, who stand erect in all the difficult times, are able to remain fit and active throughout their lives. What is the main idea of the poem? The main idea of the poem is also the theme of the poem that is again given you by the textbook board. What picture of Karachi slums do we get after reading the poem? So we get a very ugly picture of Karachi slums. There is garbage, there is excrement, there is crumbs of glass throughout the Karachi slums. So they are not neat and clean, they are unpaved, they do not have proper sewerage, and they do not have proper cleanliness system in those slums. Now, so we have done question number 3, 4, 5 and 6. This was it for this poem. Hopefully you understand the meaning and you have understood the whole main idea of the poem. If you have any questions, you can ask them, and your homework is again to try to write the explanation of both the stanzas in your own words. And another disclaimer that I have for you is in the board exam it doesn't mean कि आपको हमेशा एक पूरा का पूरा स्टेंजा ही दिया जाएगा. आपको पोएट जो एग्जामिनर है वो 2 lines of the stanza from the beginning भी दे सकता है. The examiner can give you 3 lines from the ending, but they will have a proper meaning. तो आपने पोइम को इस तरह से रीड करना है, आपने पोइम को इस तरह से अंडरस्टैंड करना है, so that you can recognize the poem in your exam. So student, this was it for today's lecture. Inshallah we will meet tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.